So on this video, I want to talk about I'm changing my investment strategy for 2026. And the reason being is because I want to make sure that the interest that I'm earning on the money that I'm saving in an account is stable and not constantly going up and down. So for example, let's just start with Wealthfront. So I signed up for Wealthfront this year in 2025, and I was able to get a 5.5 APY, right? So basically I get 5.5 depending on how much money I have in the account. And what happened though, at the end of this year, it went all the way down to 3.25, right? So that's a major difference. Now, this is not an account where I keep a lot of my money and just hope for a 3% APY. The whole goal with this account was just to keep my expenses of between 6 to 12 months and just have it grow and compound over time, right? So it's not like I'm gonna be making a ton of money off of it. The whole goal is just to keep my money safe in an account, but I want it to at least grow some type of percent versus just keeping it into a saving account or a checking account where it basically makes no type of interest on it. So that's why I went into Wealthfront and I wanted to see it grow at least by 4 or 5%. But now Wealthfront all the way went down to 3.25, and it happened all within a year, right? So it was just constantly going down really quickly, right? And that's because of the economy and the Feds, or I don't know how all that stuff worked. But the whole point is that it went down really fast within 1 year, right? A 5.5 to a 3.25, right? And so I was just making less money from the money based on the money that I had in the account. So what is my next plan? What do I plan to do now? I essentially am moving those 6 to 12 month expenses into a something called an SGOV stock. And so let me just explain because I don't want to butcher it. So SGOV is a ETF that holds ultra short term 0 to 3 month US Treasury as a cash-like place to park money. And in his recent 1 year total return is around 4 to 4.5% with a current yield near 4%. And if you even just research this fund called the SGOV, you're going to see a lot of videos about it. So it's actually a really popular thing to invest in. And my goal is just to have a stable APY or interest rate coming in. Like I don't want to see it fluctuate up and down, and especially with Wealthfront of that happening. And so when people are telling me, and I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos about SGOV or SGOV having a stable around 4% rate of return, I was like, okay, at least this is stable. At least I don't have to see it go up and down. At least that I know my money is going to be safe because I'm investing into this, and I can see other popular people that I watch, like Clear Value Tax, I think is the YouTube channel. I watch him a lot. And he's telling me that this is a good place to park money for this type of account, right? Once again, it's just like an emergency fund between 6 to 12 months of expenses. I'm just parking it there, and at least it's making some type of money or compounding over time, which is 4%. So this is why I'm switching over from Wealthfront to that. And I don't know if I should say what brokerage I'm using, but just know that I am switching my investments to that. But once again, I just want to be clear that this is not a money-making thing. It's more of, if I'm going to put my money into an account, I at least want it to make some type of interest rate versus none, right? Because that do compound over time. So if I plan to have this emergency fund within this account for 4% for years and years and years, that money's going to grow, right? And that's all I really want to see. So all the other money is just going to other brokerage account or maxing out the Roth IRA, maxing out the 401k contribution. I got laid off, so I don't have the 401k contribution no more. But once I have a salary job and they offer a contribution, I'm definitely going to put all of my money into that and max that out, right? So I've already maxed out my Roth IRA. I do that every year. And I'm going to max out the 401k once I find a salary job. I have a 6 to 12 month expenses, which is in the SGOV now. And this year, I'm really always trying to think of ways to put my money to good use and not just let it sit there, right? And the SGOV is liquid. Like you could sell the stocks if you really need the money. You can sell the stocks fairly quickly and get that money and start using it very fast. So that is something that I'm doing. I'm not obviously recommending you to do that. It's more for you to do the research and see if that's a good fit for you. I want something stable, and Wealthfront just kept constantly changing the APY of their account. And I don't want to keep getting emails about that, right? I just want to see, okay, this account is stable. The SGOV is returning at 4%. Okay, let's just stick to that, right? I don't have to constantly just keep changing stuff. And plus, like it is basically another fund or stock that you could invest in. So I just put it in there in my same brokerage account and keep it all there. So I get to see everything within that one thing. So I'm basically combining all the accounts together and seeing everything in a overview. So it's just much easier for me to track and look at. So yeah, so like some of the main reasons that it listed on the website is that it's very low risk. It has a strong yield for cash. It's highly liquid and flexible. As I mentioned, you could quickly sell it. So whenever I need the money, I could just sell it really fast. There's low fees, and I guess there's tax perks versus banks. I'm not sure what that means, but I just know there's a lot of benefits to it. And hopefully, like I don't have to constantly switch to another account. Like my whole goal, keep it one account, keep it there, have it as my overview for this one brokerage account, and just leave it there. I don't want to touch it. And that's another thing about me. Like I like to just invest in something once and never touch it again. Like that's my ideal. But if something keeps changing, like with Wealthfront, then I'm going to switch over, right? Because I had these other brokerage accounts for multiple years now, and it has never done me wrong, or I never had to switch out because it was stable. It does what I want it to do. And let me just touch on trading to begin with. I do not do a lot of trading. I do not do a lot of selling and buying. I just think that it just takes up too much of your time. And it's an addiction, right? When I first started trading, especially in Robinhood, man, I was so addicted to all this trading stuff. I went to sell this, went to buy this, stop limits and options. And it took up too much of my mental space. And it's kind of like gambling too. Like it feels like type of gambling. But I don't want to get off topic. This is what I'm doing with my emergency fund, keeping it in SGOV. And hopefully I get that stable 4% rate of return. And I'm basically closing down my Wealthfront account. There's no point in having it now. So that's what I'm doing in terms of an investment and making the money work for me. And once again, do the research on your own. There's plenty of videos on this. I'm telling you, there's tons of videos on this. Do the research, and maybe it can help you get a stable rate of return. Just do not let the money sit in accounts that make no money or there's no interest, right? Like to me, I think that's just a waste. So definitely check it out. I hope this helped. Catch you later.